All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from Pro Craps here on Casino Gaming TV. Small crowd today. We got 4 of you here because I screwed up the video. When I made it last night, the little scheduling thing, I made it as unlisted instead of public, so nobody saw the notification until a minute ago. So I'll go slow. We'll do our morning warm up here, and as I'm doing that, hopefully folks will see the alert and come on in and join us like normal, but if not, it'll just be the handful of us that are here. So let's get started. We're gonna play the Inside Out Butterburger again, which, as you know, is 320 across. Let me get myself set up here. 320 across, and we'll get a couple of bets for the any craps here. I'll put those in here. We'll do, once the point's established, we'll turn their bets on. And we'll do the any. Now, what's happened to me recently is the any craps bets have been the donation. We have not made one of those, which is good. If I'm throwing like I shouldn't see any craps bets. But these are here to kind of give you a kind of a freebie. And as we've been doing right along, I'm going to have a good luck charm. So this week, the good luck charm is coming to us. And here's all the subscriber chips that we've been exchanging. The good luck charm is going to be Arnell's chip, Dice Grinders. Arnell's birthday was over the weekend, and I guess his father is in the hospital going through some stuff right now. So thoughts and prayers out to Arnell and his family, for sure. And we're going to have his chip out here as our good luck charm. We'll kind of keep him in focus. And Arnell does a lot of work, like I said, for the community in general. He does the live fantasy craps on Wednesday. So good guy, really good guy. So there's that. So Arnell's going to bring us good fortune here, I hope. Let's get rolling here. We're gonna our first point, and then we'll start making some money if we can. There's a 516, the mixer, right out of the gate, the 516. So right here we go. First, any craps bet, $10 on any craps. All these bets pay $70. 4 and 10, of course, pay 100. We're gonna look for 3 hits and out. 3 hits and down to base. I'm gonna change my base today, though. We're gonna do a little bit of a slightly different base. So I'm gonna go ahead and set and throw, and here we go. Let's get something to pay if we can. There's a 6-5 yo. That's the worst thing of all, right? In this particular setup, the 6-5 yo is the worst because we lose our any craps bet and we get nothing out of it, right? It's a totally wasted roll. These are here to give us some juice if we're in the horn, and we got not only no action that time, but we lost $10. That's unfortunate. We still have to get three hits here before Big Red comes. There's a 3-1-4. Kind of makes up for it. I'll take that. The 3-1-4. Now this is going to pay at $50. It's going to pay us 100. And instead of regressing these outsides down to 10, well, this will lose, by the way, and go back out. Instead of regressing these guys down to 10, I'm going to regress them down to just a quarter. We're going to go down to the 160 level across instead of down to the 64 across. And we'll talk about not so much why, but what's happening. So right now, my exposure, I've got 150 in the rack with 350 as my starting output here. So we got 1 in, which is good. That 11 kind of was a big bummer for us, so we have to fight through that and get a couple more hits. And hopefully we'll be at 160 and have something to show for it. There's a 1, 2, 3. That's actually makes up for the 11. I'll take that. A 1, 2, 3. 10's going to pay $70, which is fantastic. Right, we'll leave it out there so it stays out, which is awesome. We're going to bring the 5 and 9 down to a quarter, which brings another $100 into the rack, plus some reds, right? So our rack now, we've got 100 in the back with a black chip. I've got 150 in green, so I've got 250, 270 in the rack. We started with 350. Our next hit brings us down to 160, and we should be in good shape. Here we go. Here's the 4-2. Let's go. Let's get it. Come on. 6-4-10. Sweetness. All right, that's going to pay us $50. We're going to lose our 10 here. We'll get paid $50 on the 10. We're going to bring our 6 and 8 both down to $30, which lets us bring $110 to the rack. Now my rack looks like this. There's 350 plus about a quarter or so, $30 in profit. 3 hits, I've got a little bit of profit, but I'm at 160. The way I was playing this before, we were taking each hit going down to 10 instead of 25. The result of that was you're at 64 across, which is a super low bet. It's hard to work from 64 across and make money. We had more profit, right? You're gonna at that going down that deep, you would end up with about $60. So your 3 hits to a decent profit you would have probably been okay with. Now we have to work to get what I would call a profit to be proud of, I guess, but we're at a higher level and we can do it a little easier here. I think playing this at this level is going to help us to get to a better collect point quicker than from 64. Although our profit level here, I would call ourselves right now even in the hand, not even in profit. $30 is, when you start at 320, $30 is only 10%. So let's work through this thing. Let's get ourselves from 64 to something a little more tasty. Let's get some hits in here. Come on. 549, sweetness. So I'm going to do a full press on each one of these things. 9's going to pay $35. We're going to full press the number once and collect. We're going to basically double tap every single number, but we're going to keep at that new level. So that's going to be the goal there. I just want to get some repeaters. If I get some repeaters, we'll make some money. There's a 6, 4, 10. That's fantastic. That pays $50. We'll stack it up. And I've not been paying VIGs, obviously, but it is what it is. 6, 4, 10. All right. I need something to repeat. We got to get a repeat. These presses are great until they don't hit again, right? The whole idea of pressing is you want to get extra juice. And there's the 7, which blows. So we got nothing out of that, which is, again, it is what it is. We got $30 out of it. I'm happy with that. Had we collected, we left 78, 75, $85 out there. Not the end of the world to not collect on that. It's fine. But there it is. There's the warm up. And if you watched my practice last night, hopefully kind of hope you did, kind of hope you didn't, because it's the quality's not there yet. I talk a lot about this scenario, and that's going to be kind of today's topic too. Is going to be today's scenario. Good morning, Flamingo Deb. I see Flamingo Deb with this amazing logo here, and it's fortuitous that you're here because we're going to go to our announcement screen and talk about you for a minute. Let's see, Keynote. There we go. Good morning, everybody. So let's remind ourselves, Friday Night Fights, Big AZ versus my co-trip, Carl, maybe. Carl can't make it Friday. I'm going to check and see if we can reschedule the match because of his schedule, or if we need to replace Carl and put him back in the list. So I'll get you more information on that later today. The Midmo Yo giveaway happened. I'm not going to give away who it was, but I'm pretty sure you can see it in the chat who won the thing. So congratulations. For those of you who don't know, Midmo Yo just reached 200 subscribers. He's also a jeweler, skilled jeweler, and has given away some earrings that I think he made as a giveaway. And the video that he did on it was fantastic. So you got to watch the video. I'm a sucker for family and for kids, and I think you did a really good job. Yeah, Flamingo, your little angel's the best. It was really a cool way to do the video, so I was impressed. Go watch that. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch that. Remind you again of the bounty, right? Set of my chips, all 5 of them. If you hear somebody actually make the dealer call, like an actual stick man, make one of our funny dealer calls. You can kind of promote that, right? As you're at the table, you can, as you see the yo, you can say, hey, it's a Midmo Yo, and start making the stick call kind of to the table, and the dealers will pick up on that. Let's see if we can't make some of these things actually stick. That'll be kind of cool, all right? And for those of you who may not be, I think most of you are, but if you're not yet part of Casino Gaming TV's Discord channel, get on in there. We get some interesting conversations going, but not enough. I want more conversation there. Again, it's a nice distraction during the day. So jump on into the Discord. All right. What else is moving on here? Let's talk about dice influence. So your daily dose of DI is going to be this, and I've used this analogy myself. And again, we're going to use this segment to kind of talk pros and cons of DI and kind of present some of the arguments for and against it. Some of which I think are kind of ridiculous, right? This is one of mine. I always say it's just like golf or baseball. I use the golf or baseball analogy all the time when I talk about dice influence or controlled shooting, because there's so many mechanics to this, right? Mechanically, throwing the dice, it's no different. It's very similar to golf. Golf's got a billion moving parts, right? There's a million moving parts to it. I mean, from your grip to the minute you address the club or address the ball, right? Your angle, your arm angle, your back, your knees, just like picking the dice up, right? When you start your takeaway in golf, whether you have a backswing on your dice or not, everything's got to remain in alignment. It's all got to be straight the whole way through, right? Golf is tough. It's a momentum game. Your mechanics could make you slice, right? The perfect golf swing. Ball has that nice arcing trajectory, goes straight down the middle, right? Rolls exactly straight. You got wind, you got a bad swing, you got your off kilter, you're slicing, you're hooking, you're getting like I do. I have a ton of forward spin on my golf shots. So I tend to have a low straight shot that kind of dives down and rolls forever. If you're a top spinner, right? All of it matters in golf. In baseball, same thing, right? The hardest thing in sports, hit a 100-mile-an-hour pitch sometime. Go get in the batting cage. That's not like the batting cage at the carnival. Go to a real batting cage where it'll throw you a 92-mile-an-hour slider and try and hit that freaking thing. You can't. Super hard to do, right? It takes, again, perfect setup, alignment, timing. All of it's got to be great. You got to hit it square. Otherwise, it's an out. Hit it square, it's a home run. Otherwise, it's an out. Dice influence the same thing, right? There's so many moving parts to it. And like golf, like baseball more than golf, there are forces against you, right? Golf or baseball, rather, you've got a pitcher who's throwing it at every pitch coming at you, different speed, different location, different spin, different everything. You got to adjust to all that crap in real time. Here in craps, we're playing against different table surfaces, different table heights, depths, widths, different back walls, right? Those diamonds may be brand new. They may be super old and hard. You got to hit them. It's a freaking nightmare, right? So there's forces against you to do something that's probably impossible to do. And that's where I make the analogy, it's like golf or baseball. Now, how do you get ready for it? Well, what I'm doing right now is kind of what I'm getting ready for. So you watch my nighttime shows. You should go to Pro Craps and watch the nighttime practice that I do. I'm doing 2 sets of practices. One is going to be batting cage practice or driving range practice. I'm just literally setting the dice the same way, throwing them 10,000 times, right? I'm grooving my swing, right? I'm at the driving range, grooving my swing. I'm at the batting cage, getting my timing down, getting my form down, getting my alignment right. That's that part of it. Then the next 10,000 rolls will be gameplay. I'm going to be in the batting cage taking game reps, right? Mixing it up a little bit. I'm going to do practice rounds in golf, right? Same thing. I'm going to take what I know, what I've grooved in from regular practice to game-like situations. Now I've got a table, we can do that. We can say, here's how the sets work. Here's how you're going to use those sets in a game. And I think that's where the analogy comes from. I'm going to practice like I play. I'm going to take the dice control practice that I'm doing now, filming it for you. I've been doing this for a long time, but never on film. I'm filming it like I would coach my baseball team or like I coached myself in golf, to groove the perfect swing, to understand how conditions work, understand what I can do, what adjustments I can make to fix my swing, to fix my throw, see how it works. Now, it may all be bullshit, right? It may be impossible. I may be exactly on random. So what? But that's the point of it, right? So join the show at night. It's about an hour. I go between 9:30 and midnight, depending on when it's going to be. But camera's on, flick it on the light, and just see what happens there. Did a test last night. It was okay. I think the filming was good. I think you could see the dice land. You couldn't see really where I was marking the results because the table's so damn big. But there couldn't be, I had no volume. Trying to get volume out there is really hard. So I'm going to work today on getting volume better. So that's happening there. So, all right. Skill and luck. Everything takes skill and luck. Yes, for sure. Oh my God. Yeah. Really. Cowboys are like a 7 in craps when you have 640. Are you talking about the Cowboys? Yeah, I'm with you, Chris. All day long. Let's just sit here and talk shit about football and not play crap study. What do you think about that? No, let's not do that. Let's actually talk about crap. So that's my daily dose of the eye. I'm telling you why I'm doing what I'm doing. And again, whether it's crap or not, I don't know. But I know that baseballs are hard to hit and guys can do it. I know golf balls are hard to hit and guys can do it. And through practice, you can get it. You can at least get to the point where you can control the thing you can control, which is all the mechanics until the ball leaves the air or the dice leave your hand. That's the idea. All right, let's go. Let's talk about this. What would you do? What would you do if I gave you $100? No strings attached. No payback necessary. I don't want a percent of your winnings. Just here, $100, go gamble with the craps tip. What would you do with it? And don't go full Chris, right? We're not going full degen here. We're not going to put $100 in the field like Vince would, right? That's not the idea here. It's what would you do with $100? And what strategy would you play? Now, I've been talking to you guys all this time for a year now about ways to play. Ways to play. One of the ways that I talk about is my 3-tiered system, right? You go out big, bigger, right? You're looking quick to get even in the hand, right? Phase 1 is always get even, get your money back quick, like we do here at the table every morning. Phase 2, make a little tiny bit of money, right? Some profit, lock something up. Phase 3 is really to play with your profits. I want to challenge you here to get bigger profits early so that you can play harder with your money. And I'm glad I see that VDC and CDC is here. This is cool. I see that the chat has gone completely football, which is fantastic. Fantasy football craps league would be great. I know the Color Up Club has one that we do every year. We should totally do a fantasy football. I know I'm off track here. Let's 100% do a fantasy league. If you guys want to do that, somebody set it up and I'm all in on that. Anyway, what I want to know here is how would you play if you were playing for free? And I mean playing for free with actual money, not playing for free with $15 like we did today. Okay, let's go to the table and I'll kind of talk to you about what I'm getting at here. I think it'll make more sense when we're looking at chips. Give me a second to get set up. There it is. The roll tracker in the thing. And let's really talk about, I don't want to say scientific craps is the wrong way to say this. I want to talk about non-scientific craps. I want to talk about playing it the way you want to play it. Now let's go and put a couple scenarios out here. I'm going to first start with the 320. Okay, we'll go back to what I did this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom, 320. Okay, and let's make the assumption that we did our job. All right, let's make the assumption. I'll put the wins out here. Okay, let's assume, like we just did, we had a point of 6. Then I think I rolled a 9, whatever it was. Right, we rolled a 9, took the 4 and 10 down. Now we have 100 and whatever dollars in our rack. Then we rolled, I don't know what it was. I think it was a 5 or something. It doesn't matter. So another $70 comes. Oh, we rolled a 2. Right, we get $70. Right, there's 150, 175, and I'm going to bring the 5 and 9 down. Now I have 200 and change in my rack. The third hit I think was an 8 or something, and again I pay $70. Let's get ourselves kind of set up here. Okay. And so we're at, there's our 1, 2, $350 or $320. There's our 320 that we started with, and we've got 100. We got $50 in profit. Okay, so here we're kind of free balling. We got $50 in profit. I'll even give you the greens so you can see it better. $50 locked up, 160 on the felt. And this is my question: what would you do right now? Right? We've been playing all this time for a year now. We've been doing this thing where let's get to base. Let's get to base. Let's do the skill 66, right? 66 to 88 to 44. Let's go 320 to 160. Lock up our initial, right? 3 rolls. We have our money back. I'll take it off. We're going to right in the rack. Boom. Right? We're even. We're cool. We even got $50 to go home with. If I want to leave right now, I got $50. Go see a show. Go get myself some mozzarella sticks at my favorite restaurant for $50, right? That's where we are. What you have is 210. You got 160 and 50. You got 210 out there. And my question to you was, what would you do if I gave you $100? Here I'm giving you 210. I'm giving you $210. What are you going to do with $210? What is your plan? What is your master plan with 210? Now, we've been doing this. Hey, let's go across. Let's go across. Let's put our money across and hope for the best, right? Let's do it again. We'll put our money out there across right? Cover every single number, even put a quarter in the field if you want. Well, quarter would be stupid. We'll put 10 bucks in the field because we're degenerates, right? 30 bucks in profit, $10 in the field, everything is covered. And let's just all go, boom, boom, say a Hail Mary and hope we win some money. That's what we're doing here, right? You're 100% trying to win some money based on some luck, right? Hoping that the person who's got the dice rolls a number that you happen to be on, right? You're completely shooting in the dark, which is okay. That's okay. What do you want to do? Partly the agent says, what do you want to do with your money? This is literally a shotgun approach. We talked about this before. This is a shotgun approach. I'm going to cover every fucking number and hope that the shooter just doesn't hit the one. Let's hope they don't do that to me. That's all you're doing here, right? Or you could target practice and say, what do you really want to do with this money? Okay? Because there's other ways to play. Okay? We're going to talk tomorrow about all the ways that you know how to play. And you all have your own strategies. I've got my strategies. Everybody's got their way to play. Some of you, I see VDC, Richard here is in the chat with us this morning. Richard plays on trending. He watches things happening and makes choices and bets based on what he sees happening, okay? Here, I took all that money off the felt. I worked my ass off for 3 rolls to get even and actually have a pretty damn good profit there of 210 bucks. I'm super stoked about that profit, right? To leave it out there at 160 and get myself burned by myself being a bad thrower or by some random person, probably a huge mistake, right? You could switch gears and go boom, 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 and just run a hard way parlay for whatever. Maybe that's float your boat, right? You could wait, like I might do, for 2 fields to show up and say, oh, the field is working right now. Now I'm going to go, let's work a field progression, right? Let's actually work a field ladder. If I see, a 4 and an 11, boom, I'm in the field. And now I'm going to take my 160 right here, my 210, and I'm going to work Wayland's field ladder. I might work the field and the 4 and 10 or something, right? I've earned enough money by the first 3 hits to make a different play, to play something totally different that I would want to do, that I can afford to do now with this $100. Now, you might just sit there and wait and say, let's see what the shooter does. Because frankly, even if it's me shooting, I've only thrown four rolls. I set a point, I hit 3 numbers, and that's all you've seen is 4 rolls. You have no idea where I am in terms of my ability to throw, where I am in terms of my pocket. Am I in a pocket of numbers that I can throw in? You have no idea. Richard is a trend better. His system that he works with, right? Richard's got lots of students, right? They work on what he calls the trendsetter system, right? This is his whole thing. Watch the table, see what's going on, check for the pocket, look for your triggers, get in there and make a bet. Wait. We're seeing 8, 6, 8. Boom, I'm on the 8. As a matter of fact, I'm probably hopping the 8 a little bit, right? We're working hard to spot things to go put our money on versus let's just put it all out here and say a Hail Mary and hope we get somebody to hit the thing that we happen to be on today, right? Which is interesting. Maybe you take your 210 and you say, good, now I've earned enough to do this. I've earned enough with that 210 to go no 4, no 10, don't pass. And we're going to run the Grim Reaper. And I can actually ladder the Grim Reaper up 3 times with that money. Maybe this is the time to say, cool, that person made me money. We're going to go Reaper on their ass and start making some money. Switch gears with what you see happening. Interesting stuff, right? So what I want you to think about is your way of playing. What's the way that you want to play? What's your favorite strategy? Is it the Iron Cross? Is it the Reaper? Is it the Don't Come? Is it a field parlay? Is it the hard way hopping? Are you waiting for a horn and you're going to go in and go, horn high ace deuce for $10 and ladder that thing up for 15, 20, 25, 30 and whack a horn number when you start seeing somebody throw that stuff? If that's the way you want to play, then your first 3 hits has a job. That job is to earn you, in my case, $210 so I can afford to play that way. There's my 210. So I can afford to play that way. Not just work my ass off for 3 hits and then leave it all out there on a wing and a prayer. Unless you're the person shooting, that seems kind of a crazy way to play this game to me. You work really hard to get even and get that first bit of profit. When you get to that profit level, and here again, we got 210 bucks and 3 hits, that's fantastic. What are you gonna do with it? And I think, again, some people, Richard being one of them, is gonna evaluate that table and watch what's happening. There's no law that says you gotta leave your bets out there. There's no law that says it. Let's turn our puck off. Let's go back out here for 320. Let's see what we decide to do as a group. Okay, I'll leave chat up. We can start rolling the dice and seeing what happens. I'll take a couple of shots at it. We'll just see what goes. Let's first get a number. I'm gonna roll from close in here just to get something established. And then I'll set and throw. There's a hard 8. There's your hard 8. Let's go out for 320. Let's see, first of all, can this shooter today, whose name is John, can this shooter actually make us any money, put us in a position to make money? Okay, let's see if we can get ourselves where we need to be first. First things first, we got a number established. Let's set our dice. Let's see if we can't get our 3 hits to get to the decision-making point, right? There's a midnight. Yucky. We're not playing this. Actually, I should be playing the crap, but let me go back to the strategy. 1, 2, 3. I should be on the craps, right? This is 350, so we're on the craps numbers. That does pay 70 bucks. Sorry, just me talking too much, right? There's the 70 bucks. That stays up, and the 4 and 10 come down, and this can go into the rack. So we have 100. I'll put the reds on one side and the greens on the other side. We brought ourselves a little bit of joy there with our 12. Okay. Let's go again. Let's get that money. There's a 10, a hard 10, 5-5, hard 10. So what have we seen from this shooter so far? Right? Think about what you're seeing here. I want you to all get into Richard's brain. Richard VDC is watching the show. I know what he's thinking. Okay. What have you seen? A hard 8, 4, 4. You've seen 2 6s for a 12. You've now seen 2 5s for a hard 10. What is the shooter doing? What is the trend you're seeing? Well, a couple things, right? We're seeing hard ways, back-to-back field numbers too. We saw 3 hard ways in a row and back-to-back field numbers. That's super interesting, right? There's our 50 bucks plus bringing the 5 and 9 back down in my rack. Now I've got 200 pulled back to the rack. 200 in the rack. I got 10 bucks still sitting here. And I didn't bring the 20 back. I'm sorry. Oh, that was a 10. So we're good. Let's go. One more roll, right? What can our shooter do? Can our shooter get us one more roll here? Can our shooter, we depend on our guy to make 3 rolls so I can get the hell out of Dodge. And we do. 6, 3, 9. We get a 6 and a 3. That's a 9. Okay. 3 field numbers in a row. 12, 10, 9. Gotta love that, right? There's 35 bucks from that 9. Let's bring our 6 and 8 down to 30 and just get a rack. I just want to get a rack check. Quick, that loses. Quick rack check. We have, did I pay myself right? Yes, I did. All right. Where are we? 100, 200. Now, again, we had 2 smaller sized hits, so we're 275. If I take these greens plus those, that's going to be another quarter. There's 300 and 15 bucks. We're not even quite even, although I would consider this essentially even. There's 315. We had 2 smaller size hits because we hit the regress to bets. Not a big deal, right? The shooter did their job. They got us to essentially even in the rack, and it really, this is profit. Remember this 160 here, this is profit, right? If I take these reds out of here, and I bring back 50 bucks from here, there's my 350 that I started with, okay? So that's good. We have our initial money back. I'll put that over here. We'll hide it from ourselves, right? What I have in the rack now, 100 in greens, 25 in red, and 20 in red. So we have 145 bucks that we've earned there, okay? It doesn't feel like it because we left it all out here, right? Pull back the 145. And let's make a call. Okay, what did we see? What did we see? If you're trending, a couple things might stand out. Again, I called out the obvious. You got 3 field numbers in a row. Did I mark the 9 up, by the way? I didn't. 6, 3, 9. Oh, I did mark it up. Okay. You got 3 field numbers in a row. 4, right? A 12, 10, 9, 9. That's interesting to me. You got a couple of 9s that got hit. That's also interesting. So might not be a bad move here to take your bets down and take a shot at what you're seeing, right? Maybe hop the 9s for $5. Maybe even hop the 9s for, do it for $2, right? Hop them for $2 each. Take $1 back in here. Let's see what happens now, right? Let's give this system here 4 rolls to see what happens versus unzipping your pants and hoping that you catch a little wind, right? That's not what we're looking for here. Let's actually get, see if the shooter is actually onto something, right? Or is anything here triggering something in your betting arsenal? You got a big betting arsenal. Does anything in here trigger what you're seeing? Okay. It's a 4, 2, 6. Again, we're going to take 4 rolls to see if we can't make any money with what we're seeing here. And again, I'm not saying this is the way to play. I'm just throwing it out there, right? Let's do again. We'll do a little ladder in the field. Go to $15 there. We're going to go to $5 each on the hopping 9s. Did I mark the 6? I did. I did. Let's see if the shooter does something cool for us. 617. No, of course, they take all of our damn money, right? Now, another obvious thing, we'll lose that right there. So often, we know that the 7 out, 617, by the way, the 7 out's followed by what? Come out 7. Not a bad time here to maybe, let's get a quarter. Think about hopping the reds for $5 each on the come out, right? When you start seeing things that you know tend to happen, not a bad way to do it, okay? Hopping the reds here, not a bad call. I'm still interested in hopping those 9s because I rolled a bunch of 9s earlier, okay? Even in the morning session when I was throwing in the beginning warm-up, I threw a bunch of 9s. I think I threw 2 9s then too. So why not go for it? Why not see if we can get a 7 or a 9 here to pop for us, right? There's the 4, 3, 7. That come out 7 so often follows it, right? 4, 3, 7, right? So we'll lose $20, win $75, and that little gambit there works out for us, and we've actually made money, right? We took the hop, 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 and lost in the field. We started that little process there with 120, $145. We're at 175 now, right? Not bad. Is that the way you should play? I don't know. I'm not trying to teach you trending. I'm trying to teach you that just leaving all your money out here and hoping for the best ain't the way to do it, right? If I had left the 160 out here, what would have happened? What would have happened, right? Go back to that. If I left the 160 out there, I would have thrown a 7 and lost it all. Here we pulled it back, evaluated the table, took a couple of rolls to see if we can't get something different to happen and work through it, okay? So do I want you to be trend bettors? No, right? Do your own thing. If you want to learn trend betting, talk to Richard VDC, he's in the chat. He's a trend betting guru. Talk to him about how to do trend betting the right way, the safe way, the actual evaluation way. What I want you to think about is this. Don't work so hard to get to base. We worked hard, right? We worked to get to our 350 and let it just fucking sit there and burn on some random roller. Don't work so hard and let your money just burn on a wing and a prayer, right? The all across field, like the mega iron press, ridiculous, right? Unless you're shooting and you know what you're shooting. And if I'm shooting and I know what I'm shooting, where am I gonna be? If it's John actually at the casino shooting, I'm here, right? I'm probably heavy 4 and 10, 50-50, and 25-25 and the 5 and 9. I don't throw a lot in here. I throw a lot out here, right? Know what you throw, move your money around. That might be a way to attack it. That's not praying, that's targeting. To me, that's target practice, not so much, like I said, Hail Mary practice. So that's my talk today. I want you to think about if you had a free $100, no strings attached. Let's go back to the other screen there. No strings attached. Let's go back to this view. No strings. I gave you $100. Here I gave myself 160, 145 bucks the second time. The first time I gave myself 200 bucks. What am I doing with that money? As a matter of fact, while I'm talking about it, let's roll it out again. Let's get our 350 out here, and I'll set it up a second time. And by the way, last night in my live practice, if you caught my live practice last night, I'll talk about it again here as I get this rolled out. There's my 320. Let's get a number. I talked about goals, right? And not betting goals, but like sort of throwing goals. So my first goal, get a point established, right? First goal, get a point. Actually, my first goal really is to get a come out 7 if I can, but we get a hard 8, right? 4-4 hard 8. Let me go change the roll tracker for you. Another hard way. It's my hard 8, hard 8, 12, hard 10, another hard 8. That's very interesting to me. So our point's going to be 8. So first goal, get a point. Second goal is going to be YOLO. My second goal is, if my real strategy is to go one hit and down. Let's say I'm at 750 across, right? I want one hit, YOLO, and go down to bet. My next goal as a shooter, right, is to not burn myself right here like I just did. I just got a 5-2-7. My second goal, fail, not to PSO. That's help yourself out a little bit, right? That's again, set your sights on small things. So let's get a new point. We'll restart the process here. Not a great throw there. There's 1, 2, 3. Another one. Changing my toss a little bit. 6, 4, 10. My new table is so bouncy, which is good. That it's bouncy for a weird reason. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But when I throw the helicopter toss like I'm doing right now, I'm really having to concentrate on keeping it very, very low spin rate to get those dice to stop laughing. Here we go. First goal, YOLO. Can we survive and get a YOLO? No, we don't. Oh my God, 2 dice in a row. Twice in a row, PSO. Now, what are you seeing as a shooter or as a bettor, right? 4, 3, 7. This shooter twice has PSO'd, or the table itself, not count the guy. The table has PSO'd twice, right? What is your lizard brain telling you to do, right? You should be here. At a minimum, you should be there, right? You might actually wait a second, let them get their point and come to the don't. The don't, though, here is dangerous because we saw 2 PSOs in a row. I may not even do this, right? The right thing to do would be to not bet up in here, throw $100 in the don't pass, and let the next shooter fail. I'll burn the $100 to learn something about the table, okay? And there we go. We just lost that. I'm gonna put these here. Let's borrow $100 in the bank again. There, $100 out. Can we get it? Can we get a point established? Look at this table going in every direction possible, right? Makes back the money we lost. Pocket it. Option 1, stack it like I do. Option 2. Let's work the dark side here until we can get back into some kind of a throwing groove. There's a 4-1-5. Do I turn my bets on yet? No. Let the shooter actually, I think I didn't mark the stuff. There was a 6-5 and a 2-1 and now a 4-1. Okay. Let's let the shooter declare themselves a little bit. Let's get some kind of a rhythm here before we turn our bets on. So they're all off right now. There's a 10. That's fine. I'm letting him hit something here to see if I can't get into a groove before I go back in. Aces. Look at this. We're just all over the place. All over the place. Not worth betting, although we have seen 2 field numbers worth getting in there. Maybe worth getting in there for a roll or 2 and play through. 7. My God. Awful, but these were off, right? So again, you read that as a player, you got to see what's happening, right? Earlier I was doing pretty good. It went to crap. So let's recover a little bit. Let's not put ourselves at risk. Let's read the table. Let's do what's in front of us. Whoops. Again, play with your money the way you see fit. Just for grins, I'm going to put $10 in the don't. Just for grins. It's a 527. Just see if we can get that another come out 7. Wouldn't that be funny? Let's get a come out 7 here. Oh my God, we did it. We dropped the mic. Drop the mic, folks. 6-1, come out 7. That happens more often than you probably think it does. Okay? And again, guys like Richard point this kind of stuff out, and you're like, yeah, you know, it's the dice have no memory, but guess what? Trends like this tend to happen. So if I was out there with $100 still, that'd have been a nice score. Anyway, point of the day. Work hard. Work hard to get your goals. Let's try it again. I'm going to switch the way I'm throwing. I'm going to get a new point here. Hard 6. And let's work hard, get to goal, and have our conversation one more time before I let you all go today. Here we go. I'm actually going to random roll like Waylon does. Waylon put a video out yesterday. We talked about the way he throws random. He doesn't ever leave hard ways up. He just does this. He'll roll them over and it's grab. He does it so fast, right? If you see this, or if he sees like a horn number, I'll do it here in the middle. We're going to go ahead and grab an 8. Something not a hard way. There's a 4. That's going to pay $100. And we're going to bring the 4 and 10 down to a quarter. Okay. 150 coming home. Let's actually clear the rack out. 150 coming home. That's nice. Nice little score right there. Now again, if I'm Waylon, roll the dice to get a non-hard way and throw them randomly. That's how he does his random throw. He doesn't want horn numbers or hard ways showing. When he just hucks them, I think it's pretty cool actually. So we had a 2-2 and now we have a 3-1. Back-to-back 4s. Big Joe showing up to play a little bit. There's $50. Bring the 5 and 9 down. Another 100 to the rack. The rack looks like 250 right now, which is awesome. Okay. Can we do it? We did it. We got a 6, 5-1, the mixer, and we worked hard, right? This is hard work. You're sweating the whole time. That pays $70. 50, 70. We're going to bring these both down to $30. Come back to the rack. There's $350 in the rack. $350 in the rack. I've got the $30 out here plus the 160. Bring this all down. Bring it all down. There's 150, 175, 185, 190. If I gave you $190, what would you do with it? That's my question. What would you do with the 190? Think about this, right? Leave 160 of it out there, right? Bet the whole inside or the whole across again. And again, you're going to put $30 in your rack and you're going to say a prayer and hope to God that you don't get a 7. Hope to God you don't get a 7. Right? We get lucky here, we get a 4. But now this is a person that's literally picking the dice up, rolling them over, and winging them. You're praying against that, right? I want you to have a plan. If your plan is to go 160 now for 3 hits and be really done, cool. If your plan is to go inside, great. If your plan is to go don't, Reaper, great. You got lots of things that you know how to do. Have a plan. Consider working hard, taking that money, and really working your plan. Getting to base does not just mean having every number covered and hoping for the best. Getting to base means getting to the plan I had and have a really good plan. That's what I want you to get to. So there is all of that. Let's go back over to here again. So you can see my ugly mug in person. So that's my talk today. This is going to lead us down a road this week. This week is going to be all about what we talked about here, which is going to be given the fact, let's take for granted for right now that you can set a point. Take for granted that you can get your YOLO roll in. If you're going to do 750 to 160, great. That's a YOLO shot. Take for granted that you can do that. Or you can get your point and get 1, 2, 3 hits to get to where we just got to. Either way, you're going to have about 150 to 175 in your rack from 320. In 1 or 3 hits, you're going to get there. The question is, now what? Right? You've learned nothing about that shooter. 3 hits is not enough to learn how they throw or anything else. You've learned nothing. Table has a trend. Shooters have trends. You've learned nothing in 3 rolls. Pull your money back, make tactical decisions based on what you see, or leave it out there for a predetermined amount of time. But pressing to here might not be the best answer. Hoping for a great roll might not be the answer. We talk about craps being a super hard game. It's harder when you just dump your rack and hope, right? Don't play this game with hope. That's what I'm asking you for. So there it is. Think about the question. What would you do if I gave you $100 or 150 or 175 or 65 bucks? What would you do with that money smartly to make more money out of it? What's your plan? Are you going to switch strategies? Are you going to do the same thing for longer? Whatever. Think about that. So I want to challenge you a little bit here. Don't just go, oh, I made my goal 160 across, and now I'm going to pray to God that this person doesn't suck and take my money. So there it is. I have not seen the chat. Skill says today's chat was great. I haven't seen it. I'm going to actually go through it later. It's fun to watch your guys' chat because I can't see it, right? It's in my vision, but I can't read the words from that far away. And most of the time you're talking about crap that's not what I'm talking about, which I think is pretty fun. Matter of fact, I put up Q for question. There's not one question other than there's a question from text later. How many rolls determine a trend? That's more of a VDC question. Maybe he's answering it in the chat. For me, my triggers are typically going to be 2 or 3. When I see 2 like events happen within 3 or 4 rolls, my brain starts to turn on, right? When I see the field can be a good example, very, very hot and cold, right? 10 rolls with no fields, 10 fields in a row. When I see 2 fields in a row, I'm generally speaking going to be in. If I see 2 or 3, if I miss one, or 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 4, you're going to get into a pocket there. I tend to look at that. If I see the 9 or the 8 hitting 3 times, for sure, by the same shooter, for sure that shooter's in some kind of a groove. You got to jump on the number. And if you're behind it, let's say that you're betting 64 across and you see 3 nines out of 4 or 5 rolls. You're like, oh shit, I missed the 9. I'm screwed. I should have been pressing. I missed it. I'm still at $10. That's when you hop it. Hop it for a few. Use the hop win to build up your bet, or use the hop win to kind of do what I did here and just kind of take that as your, okay, mitigate the fact that you didn't bet on it earlier. Like, cover your opportunity loss. So my thoughts on it right there. But again, talk to Richard. Richard's great. Richard is, I told you when I was in Vegas, I spent almost a whole day with him. And he's one of the smartest dudes. Richard talks a little fast, right? You got to really like open your brain and absorb all that, right? He's got lots of videos out there that talk about this sort of play. And he does a really good job of like taking rolls like mine and goes, let's replay your rolls, but looking for the trends that we saw during that session, because the trends of the session are different than the trends of your life as a gambler. So I think it's really cool the way that he approaches it. So definitely reach out if you want more information. I'm going to try and get Richard on here one of these days and talk through, like, break down one of my sessions and kind of look at what I did versus what I could have done. And I know that hindsight's 20/20, but if you say, here's the rules that we follow those same rules on 6 different videos, then it's not like you're doing revisionist history. You're just applying your logic to the rules in front of you. So I think that's gonna be cool. Also in chat, news about the Crapsthon. I don't know if Ian had talked about this in the chat or not, but we're figuring it out. We can't do it in Washington. The casinos here won't let us do it. We're looking in Vegas to see if there's a place in Vegas that we can host it at where we can film. If not, we'll probably go to Casino Quest. That's our last resort, is Casino Quest, not because I don't love them. I love those guys. I want the live play that we're going to film for 24 hours to be with real money. I want folks to show up, actual money, match donations with whatever. If you do it at Casino Quest, obviously it's funny money. So it's not quite the same, although it is live full-size tables with real dealers. It'll still be fun, but it won't be kind of as heated as, what's the word I'm looking for? As stressful as a live table with actual money. So more news to come for sure. And yes, we'll have Vince and Waylon on a Friday night fight. You know what has to happen? Old Bay? Vince and Waylon have to sign up and put their names in the hat. I can't just assign them. They have to come in and get it. And they already have Discord accounts. I know they do because I see them in Discord. Go to casinogaming.tv/heads up and sign up for it. Just put your name in the ring. I'll show you how to do it. Let me go there. Let me actually go to the, let's see. I want to go, where's my thing? Let's see. I think it's this one here, the monitor. There we go. So if you go to casinogaming.tv/heads, just go to here. Click on the heads up link. Or actually log in first. Log in. All login makes you do is prove that you're a Discord member, right? If you're in Discord, the login button just works for you. Go to Heads Up Craps. It'll take it a second to load the first time. And click the sign up button. If you click the sign up button, you're going to be in the list of people that are going to play next. That's all you got to do. Click this button, you're in the list. You all should be in the list. Y'all are here every morning. Y'all know craps. You're all really good. Get in the list. Let's get 30 people queued up for this thing, and we can go more than once a week. So easy to get in. I would love to see Waylon play Vince. It's two completely different betting styles, right? I think it's fun when different betting styles go head to head. I think it's really kind of cool. So there it is, guys. Let's get ourselves in there. Get yourselves in there. Get signed up. Let's make this thing huge. And I got to go to work. It's about 9 o'clock. So I'm glad y'all had fun in chat today. I'll go back and reread it. If something came out of that earlier discussion, by the way, about doing a fantasy league, and somebody wants to kind of take the helm and set it up for us, we can put it in our Discord. We'll do fantasy craps or fantasy football together. That'd be kind of fun. So with that said, I'm out. Going to work. Have a great day, everybody. Again, appreciate you. Love you. Thanks for being subscribers. I'm sorry again for the weird start we had today where I hit the button wrong last night, but that was a fun session. So I appreciate y'all being here. Tell your friends, tell your family about us. Get these channels, mine, Joe's, Chris from Sideshow, Dice DJ, Midmo Yo, the new guys, Crooked River and CRC and Texas Dicer, and who else? I'm missing somebody else's channel here. Old Bay Craps rather. Get subscribed, get these guys pumped up. Let's do this. Grow the community. With that said, love y'all. See you tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Bye.